In a quiet meadow at the edge of the forest, there lived a small sparrow. Every morning, she woke before the sunrise, singing softly while searching for food. She wasn't the fastest, the strongest, or the most colorful, but she was steady, gentle, and always did her best. Yet, as the days went by, she began to notice the world around her, and something inside her began to change. She often saw the eagle soaring high above the mountains, his wings cutting through the clouds with power and grace. Look at him, she thought. He touches the sky, while I barely rise above the trees. Then she watched the peacock spread his radiant feathers, surrounded by admiration. He's so beautiful, she sighed. Who would ever notice a plain sparrow like me? Even the nightingale made her jealous. Her songs filled the air with music, while the sparrow's chirp seemed ordinary, small, unimportant. Slowly, envy began to cloud her heart. Her song lost its warmth. Her wings, once filled with life, now carried her lazily from branch to branch. She started to believe she didn't matter. One morning, dark clouds gathered over the forest. The wind grew fierce, and soon, a storm unlike any before swept through the meadow. Trees bent under its weight, nests were torn apart, and the sky turned black. The proud peacock, heavy with his feathers, could not move. The eagle, trapped in the strong winds, was forced down from the heights. Even the nightingale's song was drowned by thunder. The sparrow trembled in her small nest, watching the chaos unfold. Fear gripped her heart, but then she remembered something. All her life, she had built her home close to the ground, weaving it carefully between thick branches. She had always chosen the simple, safe place that others ignored. And that simple choice was now her greatest protection. While others struggled, her nest remained firm. And as the storm raged, she noticed smaller birds fluttering helplessly through the rain, lost, cold, and frightened. Without thinking twice, the sparrow opened her wings and flew out into the storm. She guided one to shelter beneath her branch, then another and another. Again and again, she went out, even as the wind tried to push her back. Her feathers were soaked, but she didn't stop. All night, she worked, not for herself, but for others. When dawn finally broke, the storm began to fade. The forest lay quiet, bathed in soft golden light. The peacock's feathers were muddy, the eagle's wings were weary, and the nightingale's voice was silent. But beneath the sparrow's humble tree, a group of small birds sat warm and safe, because she had not given up. As the first rays of sunlight touched the meadow, the eagle looked down from his broken perch and said, "You are small, but your courage is vast." The peacock bowed his head and whispered, "I have beauty, but you have a heart that shines brighter." And the nightingale, voice soft and trembling, said, "True song doesn't come from the throat, it comes from the soul, and yours sings louder than mine ever could." The sparrow looked around at them, the strong, the beautiful, the gifted, and realized something she had never understood before. She didn't need to fly the highest, or sing the sweetest, or shine the brightest. Her worth had never been in comparison to others. It had always been in what she could give with what she had. From that day on, the sparrow stopped wishing to be anyone else. She sang again, not to be heard, but to be free. She flew again, not to compete, but to live. And she helped whenever she could, because she had learned that even the smallest wings can carry the greatest purpose. Jealousy had once made her blind to her own strength, but now she saw clearly that every creature has a reason for being, a place in the design of life, a gift that no one else can copy. And for her, that gift was heart. So whenever the wind blows against you, and you feel too small to make a difference, remember the sparrow. She didn't have power, beauty, or fame, but she had something stronger, the courage to rise when others fell. Your value isn't in comparison, it's in contribution. The world doesn't need you to be like anyone else. It just needs you to be you. If this story inspired you today, press the like button, share it with someone who might need this reminder, and tell me in the comments, what storm are you rising through right now?